In an increasingly chaotic and noisy world, finding contentment becomes a daunting challenge. Do you believe that happiness depends on external circumstances? Think again. Epictetus challenges us. It's not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. This statement opens up a surprising path to contentment. Now let me pique your curiosity. What would happen if you saw life's challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities? And what if I told you that the secret to a fulfilling life lies in focusing on the present? Join us on this Stoic journey and discover the transformative power of looking at life from a new perspective. Are you ready for this adventure? 1. Understand what is under your control. Imagine yourself on a journey, navigating the seas of life with the wisdom of Epictetus in your hands. This wise Roman, once a slave, transformed into a beacon of knowledge, illuminating the path to true happiness. His maxim, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them," is an invitation to deep reflection. Let's consider, how often do we find ourselves distressed? Not by the circumstances themselves, but by how we interpret them. Epictetus leads us to question, to rethink our perspective on life's events. He teaches us that the power to be happy, to live a fulfilling life, lies not in what happens to us, but in how we react to it. Reflecting on this, have you ever found yourself in situations where your worry was greater than the problem itself? You see, by focusing only on what is within our reach, we gain not only serenity, but also clarity to act effectively. Life's storms may be strong, but the power to remain calm and clear amidst the tempest is exclusively ours. So I ask you, what view do you choose to have about the challenges in your life? Ponder upon it. Perhaps it's time to adjust the sails of your boat, confidently steering towards the horizon of your personal journey. Epictetus invites us on an inward journey, where self-awareness and self-understanding are the keys to a life of contentment and peace. By accepting what we cannot change and focusing our energies on what we can influence, we find true freedom. Therefore, draw inspiration from this ancient wisdom. Look within, see beyond appearances, and discover the power that resides in your perspective. Make this vision a source of strength and serenity, and witness the transformation unfold in your life. What do you choose to focus on today? What changes can this choice bring to your daily life? Consider these words not only as a history lesson, but as a map to a more balanced and happy life. The journey is yours, and so are the choices. Why not start today to tread this path with Epictetus as your guide? 2. Accept adversity as opportunities. Now imagine yourself walking through the corridors of time, meeting Marcus Aurelius, an emperor not only of a vast empire, but also of his own emotions and thoughts. He, with his Stoic wisdom, teaches us something tremendously powerful: to see adversities not as insurmountable walls, but as steps to personal growth. Accept adversity as opportunities. These words, emanating from the mind of a leader who faced unimaginable challenges, resonate through the centuries to us. What stands in the way becomes the way. Ponder upon that for a moment. When something opposes us, isn't it indeed an invitation to grow, to develop patience, resilience, inner strength? Consider the adversities you have faced in your life. Wasn't it they who shaped you, forged your character, taught you valuable lessons? Marcus Aurelius invites us to rethink our attitude towards challenges. He suggests that instead of lamenting or becoming frustrated, we should embrace each obstacle as a chance to become better, stronger, wiser. Have you ever found yourself in a difficult situation, thinking that all was lost, only to discover later that it was actually an opportunity in disguise? That is the essence of what Marcus Aurelius wants to convey. Each difficulty carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Now reflect on your current life. What are the challenges you are facing? How can you turn them into opportunities? What virtues can you practice and strengthen at this very moment? Marcus Aurelius, with his enlightened vision, shows us that true power lies not in ruling empires, but in ruling oneself, one's reactions and emotions. He inspires us to adopt a posture of constant learning and growth, even or especially in the most difficult times. Therefore, face each adversity not as a burden, but as a gift, a chance to evolve. Ask yourself, how can I use this challenge to improve myself? How can I turn this situation into something positive? Thus, following in the footsteps of Marcus Aurelius, you can turn every obstacle into a step on the ladder of your personal development. Accept adversities as opportunities and see how your life transforms, enriches, expands. The journey is challenging, but the rewards are immeasurable. Are you ready to begin? 2, 3. Live in the present. Now let's transport ourselves to the world of Seneca, a philosopher whose reflections still resonate with intense relevance. His message is an invitation to the fullness of the now, a reminder to disentangle ourselves from the chains of the past and the anxiety of the future. We are always getting ready to live, but never living, he warns us. How often do we find ourselves lost in past memories or future fantasies, forgetting to live in the present moment? Seneca, with his timeless wisdom, calls us to profound awareness that life happens here and now. Think about it. How many opportunities and experiences might you be missing in this exact moment by having your mind elsewhere? Seneca encourages us to embrace each moment, to live each second fully, for it is in the present that life truly unfolds. Have you ever experienced the feeling of being completely immersed in a moment, so engaged that everything else seems to disappear? That is the essence of what Seneca wants to teach us. To fully live in the now is to enjoy life to its fullest expression. Now I invite you to reflect on your daily life. How can you become more present? What small changes can you make to disconnect from future worries and past regrets, to truly live in the moment? Seneca advises us to value the present as the most precious gift we have. Each day, each hour, each minute is a unique opportunity that will not repeat itself. By focusing on the here and now, we find not only peace, but also deep and genuine joy. Thus, by following Seneca's footsteps, you can discover the beauty and richness of every moment. By living fully in the present, you make room for richer and more meaningful experiences. So I ask you, how can you make today more vibrant, more alive? How can you make this moment now an unforgettable treasure in your life? Seneca reminds us that life is a mosaic of present moments. Let's together weave this mosaic with vivid colors and unforgettable experiences. Are you ready to embrace the now? 4. Practice gratitude. Gratitude, this virtue so highly praised in Stoicism, is truly a powerful tool capable of transforming our perception of life. It invites us to look around with eyes of appreciation, to recognize the value in the things we already possess, instead of getting lost in the longing for what we do not yet have. Reflecting on gratitude, we realize that it is more than just saying thank you. It is a posture, a way of living. When we practice gratitude, we not only deeply appreciate what we have, but also change our interaction with the world and the people around us. Have you ever stopped to consider the countless blessings in your life? Sometimes the simplest things, like a smile, a kind word, or a sunny day, can be immeasurable sources of joy. Gratitude teaches us to cherish these small gifts of life. Think now. How would your life be if you focused more on what you have rather than on what is lacking? How could gratitude change your perception of everyday life? Practicing gratitude does not mean ignoring difficulties or challenges. On the contrary, It helps us face them with a more positive and resilient attitude. By acknowledging the good things, even in difficult times, we gain strength to overcome adversities. So, I invite you to make gratitude a daily practice. Start each day by acknowledging something you are grateful for. It can be something big or small, but the important thing is to truly feel that gratitude. You will find that by doing this, your perspective on life will begin to change. You will feel more connected, more positive, more alive. Gratitude is indeed a powerful ally in our journey through life. It enriches our existence, strengthens our relationships, and brings us an inner peace that is immeasurable. Therefore, I ask you, what are you grateful for today? How can you cultivate gratitude in your daily life? Remember, every moment of gratitude is a step towards a more fulfilling and happy life. Are you ready to take that step? 5. Develop self-sufficiency. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of human nature, offer us an enlightening perspective on the pursuit of happiness. They teach us that true happiness, the kind that is genuine and enduring, emanates from within us. This wisdom invites us to rethink where we place our hopes and expectations. Consider for a moment, how often do we seek happiness in external elements, whether in the acquisition of material goods, social recognition, or even in personal relationships? The reality, eloquently highlighted by the Stoics, is that relying on these volatile factors is a nearly certain path to frustration. Why? Simply because these elements are beyond our control. Now, imagine a scenario where your happiness does not depend on external circumstances, but rather on your inner state, on your attitude towards life. This is not only liberating, but also an invitation to powerful self-awareness and self-development. Reflecting on this philosophy, ask yourself, what truly brings me happiness? How can I cultivate a state of inner contentment and peace, regardless of what happens around me? The Stoics guide us to focus on the development of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. By nurturing these internal qualities, we become more resilient and balanced, able to find satisfaction in our own life journey, regardless of external storms. This approach does not mean ignoring the world around us or not seeking improvements in our material and relational lives. Instead, it is about recognizing that our internal reaction to events is where the true essence of happiness lies. So I ask you, how can you begin to seek happiness within yourself? What steps can you take to become more resilient and centered, regardless of external circumstances? By adopting this Stoic perspective, you can start experiencing a deeper and more stable happiness, one that is immune to the fluctuations of the external world. It is an invitation to an inner journey, where each step is a step towards a more authentic and enduring joy. Are you ready to embark on this journey? 6. Exercise moderation. The concept of balance is central in Stoic philosophy and is seen as an essential pillar for a fulfilling and happy life. This ancient wisdom teaches us that excess in any form, whether of pleasure, emotion, or materialism, can lead to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. But why does this happen? When we indulge in extremes, whether in the relentless pursuit of fleeting pleasures, the indulgence of intense emotions, or the accumulation of material possessions, we often veer away from the true essence of life. We lose sight of what is truly important, and this can lead to a cycle of constant seeking for more, never finding true satisfaction. Stoicism invites us to reflect on the importance of moderation. The virtue of balance does not mean denying ourselves pleasures or emotions, but rather finding them in a way that does not dominate or disturb our inner peace and rational judgment. Let's think together. Have you ever experienced the feeling of emptiness after a relentless pursuit of pleasure or material acquisitions? How would your life be if you sought balance, also valuing simplicity, serenity, and contentment with what you already have? This quest for balance also teaches us about the importance of controlling our emotional reactions. Instead of being carried away by emotional extremes, the Stoics encourage us to observe and understand our emotions, acting in a measured and rational manner. Now I ask you, how can you apply this principle of balance in your life? What changes can you make to avoid excesses and live more harmoniously and balanced? By adopting this Stoic view of balance, you can begin to tread a path of greater inner peace, satisfaction, and genuine happiness. It is an invitation to live consciously, valuing both simple pleasures and moments of introspection and reflection. So why not start today to seek this balance in all things? By doing so, you not only improve your own life, but can also become a positive example for those around you. Are you ready for this journey towards balance? 7. Cultivate meaningful relationships. Stoic philosophy, often misunderstood as a call to seclusion and isolation, actually deeply values human relationships. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, recognize that while self-sufficiency is a crucial aspect of personal development, authentic and meaningful relationships are equally essential for a fulfilled life. This is a wonderful facet of Stoicism that deserves to be explored more deeply. Let's reflect. What makes a relationship truly meaningful? Wouldn't it be sharing values, mutual support, the ability to grow and learn together? The Stoics teach us that genuine relationships are not those based on convenience or superficial benefit, but those rooted in mutual respect, empathy, and genuine concern for each other's well-being. Consider for a moment the relationships in your life. How do they contribute to your personal growth? How do you contribute to the growth of others? Stoic philosophy encourages us to cultivate relationships that not only bring us joy and comfort, but also challenge us to be the best version of ourselves. It is important to remember that, for the Stoics, maintaining meaningful relationships does not mean relying on others for our happiness. On the contrary, it is about finding a healthy balance where our self-sufficiency and independence harmoniously coexist with deep and meaningful relationships. Now I ask you, how can you strengthen and deepen the relationships in your life? How can you be more present, more attentive, and more authentic in your relationships? And even more, how can you help those around you to flourish as well? Adopting this Stoic perspective on human relationships can open a new path to a richer and more fulfilling life. It invites us to be active participants in our relationships, seeking not only our own good, but also the good of others. So be open to cultivating relationships that enrich your life and the lives of those around you. Embrace the opportunity to learn from each interaction, to grow through each connection. This is the Stoic path to authentic and meaningful relationships. Are you ready to embark on this journey towards deeper and more rewarding relationships? 8. Practice daily reflection. The daily examination of our actions and thoughts is an essential pillar in Stoic philosophy, acting as a compass that guides us in our moral progress and the cultivation of virtues. This practice is not just an exercise in introspection, but a powerful tool for self-development that allows us to refine our character and improve our daily conduct. Think of it as a kind of mental hygiene. Just as we take care of our bodies through physical exercise and healthy eating, we also need to take care of our minds and souls. By revisiting our thoughts and actions at the end of each day, we have the opportunity to reflect on our behaviors, identify areas for improvement, and reinforce the good practices we are developing. But how to effectively implement this practice in our daily lives? Firstly, set aside a quiet moment at the end of the day for reflection. Ask yourself, what actions have I taken today that were aligned with my values and virtues? Where can I improve? How can I act differently tomorrow to be a better person? This practice is not about harsh self-judgment or destructive criticism, but about self-awareness and continuous growth. The idea is to observe and understand, not to punish yourself. Remember, moral progress is a continuous journey, not a final destination. Now think about the transformative power of this practice. By becoming more aware of your actions and thoughts, you not only improve yourself, but also positively impact the people around you. Your actions become more deliberate, your words more thoughtful, and your presence becomes an example of integrity and virtue. By adopting this Stoic practice, you set yourself on the path of self-development and moral excellence. It is an invitation to live a more conscious, virtuous, and meaningful life. So I ask you, are you ready to start this practice today? Are you willing to dedicate yourself to this daily examination in order to cultivate a stronger character and a more virtuous life? Remember, each day brings a new opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. The choice to seize that opportunity is in your hands. 9. Accept mortality. The awareness and acceptance of our mortality is indeed a central theme in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics, with their practical and profound wisdom, encourage us to confront the reality of our finitude not as a reason for despair, but as a powerful reminder to live each moment with fullness and purpose. Memento mori. Remember that you are mortal. This phrase calls us to embrace life with vigor and gratitude. Imagine for a moment the freedom that comes with accepting our mortality. When we recognize that our time is limited, every moment becomes precious. The small problems and worries lose their weight in the face of the vastness of existence. This is an invitation to live authentically, valuing what truly matters. By accepting mortality, we can free ourselves from the fear of death, a fear that often prevents us from fully living. The Stoics remind us that death is a natural part of life, something all beings face. Instead of fearing it, we can use it as motivation to live a meaningful life, making choices aligned with our deepest values. Ask yourself, am I living the life I want to live? Am I making the most of each day? Am I contributing to the world in a way that will positively be remembered? Adopting this Stoic perspective on mortality also teaches us to appreciate the present. Instead of getting lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past, we focus on the here and now, the only moment we truly possess. So how can we apply this Stoic wisdom in our daily lives? We can start by practicing gratitude for the present moment, cultivating meaningful relationships, pursuing our goals with passion and integrity, and always remembering that each day is a precious gift. Therefore, I invite you to reflect on your mortality not as an end, but as an impetus to live a richer and more authentic life. Remember, the awareness of our finitude is what gives life its value and urgency. Let's live each day with the fullness and gratitude it deserves. Are you ready to embrace this perspective and live a life without fear and full of purpose? Whether you are surrounded by the noise of traffic, the cacophony of social media, or the incessant demands of modern life, these Stoic strategies offer a beacon of wisdom. They invite us to seek internal serenity, emotional strength, and depth of character, essential qualities to navigate with grace and resilience in a turbulent world. May this text be an invitation for you to also explore the transformative power of Stoicism. May you find, in the wisdom of its teachings, the key to a life of contentment, peace, and inner fortitude. You have just uncovered powerful secrets of Stoicism. but there is much more waiting for you on our channel. Want to transform your life? Then don't stop here. Click subscribe, enable notifications, and be the first to discover each new video. Like, comment, share. Each action of yours helps us grow and spread this revolutionary message to more people. Imagine where these ideas can take you. The next video could be the key you're looking for to a significant change. Don't miss out. Be part of our community and continue this incredible journey with us. The next step can change everything. Are you ready? Then let's go.